Now on 4 News Now at 6, overwhelmed post offices are leading to empty mailboxes across Spokane. What one man was told when he asked if he was going to get his medication anytime soon.
And you might see a few more snow flurries tonight with the next round of measurable snow. That is on the way for later in the week. I'll let you know we can expect a slippery drive to work in your first alert forecast.
And Christmas may be over, but the holiday travel nightmare continues. What one couple had to do to get back to the inland Northwest. You're watching 4 News Now at 6. Breaking news tonight out of North Spokane County. The medical examiner now saying 83-year-old Richard Purdy, found dead in his home near Deer Park Monday night, died from sharp and blunt force injuries. Sheriff's detectives say they saw signs of a possible burglary at his home on Dalton Road when they found his body. Deputies initially called his death suspicious, and now the medical examiner confirms Purdy was murdered. No one has been arrested in the case. Detectives continue to search for a person of interest who may have been in the area around the time of this homicide. They described this person as a white man in his mid-20s, about 5'10" with an average build. Deputies say he was wearing dark clothing and carrying a bag. He may also be associated with a dark-colored SUV and had a medium to large-sized dog with him. If you live around Dalton Road near Deer Park, deputies are asking you to report any suspicious or out-of-the-ordinary activity right away. You can do so by calling Crime Check with tips. That number is 509-456-2233.
And there's a large retirement community across the street, and a lot of us get our medication through mail order.
Mail delays are causing more problems for residents across our region. Many waiting on bills, others, as you just heard, waiting on medication. This is a problem that's been unfolding for months now. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Kirsten O'Connor. KXLY's Jordan Smith has been following the story for us. He joins us from the North Point Post Office with what a frustrated cul-de-sac is now dealing with.
Frustration continues to mount for customers waiting for mail deliveries to arrive. For some people, everything from Christmas cards to medication are late to arrive. It's a sight many are growing frustrated by.
About 7 days ago, I believe, was the last time mail was delivered or picked up.
Frank and Carolyn Walczak have lived within this cul-de-sac for the better part of 9 years. They're among the rest of the residents on that street, growing frustrated by delayed mail deliveries.
I'm waiting for Social Security statements right now.
You know, Christmas cards from family and friends have not come through either, so that's something that we've kind of missed this season.
Frank is one of the many in this country who relies on the Postal Service to deliver medication. He was notified that his medication had arrived at the post office. After days went by without them being delivered, he paid them a visit.
And the postman looked and came back, said, no, he couldn't find the package. And I asked him, well, what can we do because it's medication? He said, well, why don't you see if they'll let you buy it locally, which I thought was a totally inappropriate answer.
I had them call into the post office to see if they could have some of these questions answered over the phone. It rang for about a minute before cutting out to static. These delayed arrivals are a part of a larger pattern we're noticing across our region. On your screen now are the 4 other post office branches we've done stories on this month. Many customers writing into us citing mail delays, failure to deliver packages, and an inability to get answers from those at the post office. The other common denominator, each branch working with limited mail carriers. We reached out to the corporate media office for the U.S. Postal Service asking about claims of mail and medication arriving late across these 4 branches. They declined our invitation for an interview, saying, quote, employees in Spokane are working hard to get customers taken care of. We look forward to the Spokane area being cleared by the weekend. Later saying, of course, that they are still hiring. In Spokane, I'm Jordan Smith.
Thank you, Jordan. And if you are having problems with the Postal Service, we want to hear about it. Share your story by emailing us at news4@kxly.com. In between all the rain and snow melting, it's causing our creeks to really fill up. This is a look at Hangman Creek running through West Spokane. No flooding at this point, but it's still running very high. And if all that plus the rain, wind, and cold weren't enough for you, we have more snow on the way. Let's send it over to meteorologist Matt Gray and for Chris Crocker tonight to see when it's expected to arrive.
Yeah, Kirsten, we have not had many breaks in this weather over the past really few weeks. It has seemed every 24, 48 hours there's been another storm, another storm. We have a very small break tonight, one of those, before yet another one shows up in the inland Northwest. Now, there's still some snow flurries as we look out at the radar tonight. Places like Bonners Ferry, Sandpoint, and around Coeur d'Alene, we've also been seeing a little bit of snowy weather from time to time. All of that, as you can see on this loop over the past 3 hours, is starting to fade away a little bit. We'll continue to see snow around places like 4th of July and Lookout Pass as we head through the rest of the night. But overall, we're entering into that brief window in between storms. You can see the last storm we had dumping snow over eastern Montana. You look out to the west and you can see some of those clouds, and now the coastal radar is starting to pick up the wet weather in California and right off of the Washington coast as well from the next storm that is coming in, which is about 24 hours away from impacting us here in the inland Northwest, at least around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. Some places you'll be seeing some action even sooner. Mid-30s right now in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. Our temperatures won't get that much cooler, but certainly the coolest we've been in a little while. Upper 20s and some areas of patchy fog that you want to watch out for on the morning drive. Overall, definitely one of the nicer morning drives we have seen recently. As we get later into the week, though, more snow as you wake up. We'll show you when that is in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Matt. Well, a teen arrested 10 days ago in connection with a deadly shooting is now free. This is video of the area where that teen was originally arrested. Police say Tavius Fry Cooley and a woman he lives with threw a birthday party at their home in the area of Wedgwood and Lidgerwood in the early morning hours of December 18th. Both were shot. Fry Cooley later died at a hospital. And according to search warrants, teen twins were at that party, and 2 witnesses pointed to one of them as being the trigger man. Court documents also say the shooting happened after Fry Cooley told people to leave the house after the twins got into an argument with a teen girl. Spokane police confirmed the twin arrested that day on murder charges has now been released and no one else is in custody. This is a story that is trending on our website, KXLY.com right now. You can read the latest information on the case there now. Any Southwest passengers hoping today would be the end of their travel nightmare will have to wait a little longer. The airline canceled more than 2,000 flights again today. Southwest canceling more than 70% of flights out of Spokane. And we do have experience in our own newsroom about this. Aaron Luna and Peter Choi have now given up waiting for a new flight and are hitting the road to try and find a way home from Denver as we speak. Our Rania Kaur is at Spokane International tonight with one couple struggle to return to the inland Northwest.
Kirsten, the last flight through Southwest left Spokane at around 4:15 today. It was a flight to Sacramento, and it was one of 3 flights that wasn't canceled today. For a bit of perspective, an employee told me on average 11 flights leave from Spokane through Southwest a day. While Southwest here in Spokane has attempted to accommodate cancellations, for many, driving has been the best option to make it back to Spokane. That's what Martin Walker did when his flight was delayed and eventually canceled from Orange County on Monday.
Everybody that lost a flight was grabbing cars as fast as they could. So we drove with our daughter to Sacramento and then got a rental car and then drove from Sacramento to here. And we just got here today after leaving the 26th.
Walker says he spent over $500 making the journey back up. He told me the first thing he'll be doing is applying for a reimbursement online. And another place you can get a reimbursement is right here. That's what some passengers have been doing all evening. I spoke to one who made his 3rd attempt and finally got a reimbursement for his daughter, who's driving up to Nevada, driving from Nevada to Spokane. In Spokane tonight, I'm Rania Kaur, 4 News Now.
Rania, thank you for the update. And some of the affected passengers found other airlines were posting last-minute flights to their destinations, but they cost thousands of dollars. And to make matters worse, Southwest does not have agreements with other carriers to allow the rebooking of passengers on different airlines. So now American Airlines says it wants to help Southwest customers get home. On Twitter, the company said it will place price caps on flights to and from select cities. The price caps vary by location. In an effort to get some people home, the airline rented buses. Here's what one woman had to say when she was asked about her experience on her ride from New York City to Houston.
I hate Southwest. I hate them.
How long were you at the airport? How did you make out? Okay.
I was there from 12, left at 12. I'm still stranded. I need to drive 9 more hours. My feet are swollen. I'm upset. I'm stressed. I'm tired. And I hate them.
Still to come on 4 News Now, flooding at Spokane's largest homeless encampment. What's being done to help keep the people living there and their stuff dry? Coming up. And frozen pipes caused thousands of dollars of damage to one local elementary school. What 2 local coffee shops are doing to help out, coming up on 4 News Now at 6.
4 News Now on your time with Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Save your green! Shine bright with Ford during the final days of the Shine Bright sales event. New inventory is still arriving daily, so drive one home today. Get a Flex Buy with 0% for $66 on an in-stock 2022 Escape, only at your local Ford dealer.
Spokane Valley Partners works to end hunger and poverty in our community and provide a safety net to those in need.
Help us restore hope and put the holidays back on the table for struggling families. Visit SpokaneValleyPartners.org to give or get help today.
Numerica Credit Union is honored to build communities with organizations like Spokane Valley Partners as they feed thousands of families and children.
Check out more organizations that make our community stronger at numericacu.com.
Here we grow again. Even more fun is headed to Spokane Tribe Casino. You love Caesars Sportsbook, the Grill and Bar, and larger variety of games we recently added. Gear up for a new food court, a completely smoke-free gaming area, a state-of-the-art entertainment venue, and more. Things just keep getting better. Get in on the $100,000 giveaway and your chance at the $50,000 grand prize in honor of 5 great years of Spokane Tribe Casino. You just win here.
Psst, it's my favorite time of year. Lazy Boy's having a sale again.
Wow, I'm getting good at this.
The year-end sale, 30% off everything.
Lazy Boy, live life comfortably.
I'm Kirsten O'Connor from 4 News Now.
And I'm Aaron Luna. Join us as we take a look back at the stories that help define our community.
The 2022 Year in Review, a 4 News Now special, New Year's Eve at 10. See you then.
Shine bright with Ford during the final days of the Shine Bright sales event. New inventory is still arriving daily, so drive one home today. Get a Flex Buy with 0% for $66 on an in-stock 2022 Escape, only at your local Ford dealer.
Next, DT.
Iron Man. Hey, what's up? You see me at my very most butch.
It's our epic Marvel Super Show. First on set of all your favorite MCU films.
Welcome to New Asgard.
And hanging with the stars before they were marvelous.
We should move lanes.
You're stumbling. I don't know what to say.
Next, DT.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Entertainment Tonight at 7:30.
While students are out on winter break, frozen pipes caused damage to several local kindergarten classrooms. Thousands of dollars teachers invested in book collections and other school supplies now destroyed. Tonight, Stevens Elementary teachers are missing their classroom staples, but the community is coming together in hopes of getting them all replaced. New at 6, Vanessa Perez has what 2 Spokane Valley coffee stands are doing to give back.
For every drink sold here at Pavilion Coffee and Blissful Blends on Trent Avenue will go to those teachers. This will help them replace school supplies, furniture, and book collections that were damaged because of that broken pipe.
However much we can get and give back to them is the goal.
Customers ordered their drinks knowing a portion went to helping teachers Wednesday. The school's principal walked into this disaster Monday.
I'm standing in about an inch of water across 4 different classrooms going into the 5th. 2
of the classrooms had significant damage. Teachers lost thousands of dollars in books. Flooding also damaged furniture and school supplies. Espindola says he believes classrooms will be ready when students come back on Tuesday.
Their classrooms are some of the, and the things inside of them are some of their most prized possessions, and it's devastating and heartbreaking that they're going through this, but the outpouring of love and support that they're feeling throughout the community has just been amazing. So thank you to everyone who's been helpful.
Coffee stands are hoping each dollar will replace what they need for their students.
Especially right after the holidays, it's horrible timing, so we're hoping people can open their hearts and donate a little bit more. We've gotten quite a few people to give some cash donations to it, of course, and so we're super lucky to have such a good community in this area.
If you weren't able to make it down to one of these coffee stands today, you can still get involved. Just head over to KXLY.com. Reporting in Spokane Valley, Vanessa Perez, 4 News Now.
Luckily dealing with much warmer weather this week than what we saw last week around the region. We are, however, going to be watching for more snow later this week. We'll show you when that happens so you can plan around some of the wintry weather before we ring in the new year. That's coming up.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
4 News Now is brought to you by the Spokane Boat Show.
Home. It's both a place and a feeling. At yours, you strive to make new memories, create traditions, share stories, find the fun, embrace the surprises, and celebrate moments big and small. Memories are made at home, in every room, in every moment. Make your house feel like home at the Tin Roof.
Before you count down on New Year's Eve, count on GMA to be rockin' with Mr. Rockin' Eve himself, Ryan Seacrest, live tomorrow, and Jesse James Decker on Friday. The rockin'est New Year's Eve ever kicks off tomorrow on
Good Morning America.
We love our pets. Accidents and messes are forgiven. Carpet Barn has a huge selection of Shaw Pet Perfect carpet. Pet Perfect carpet is designed with the whole family in mind. It protects from odors, stains, fading, and pet hair. Carpet Barn has a huge selection of carpet, LVP, engineered hardwood, and more to help you update any room in your house. Make tails wag with Shaw Floors Pet Perfect. Pet Perfect carpet is perfect for any room. Carpet Barn, designer selection, warehouse prices.
In a boat. The boats are back. It's a live in-person show. 4 big days, Thursday through Sunday, January 26th to 29th at the Spokane County Fair and Expo Center. Summer fun on the water is just around the corner, so take the whole family. That's right, it's back, live and in person. From big to small, you'll see it all. At the 2023 Spokane Boat Show, the boats are back. You can learn more at SpokaneBoatShow.com.
Upgrade your new year with a powerful rig from Northwest Motorsport. You're sure to find the perfect upgrade at nwmsrocks.com/New Year. Make 2023 the year of trucks, and more trucks. And tell them Bone sent ya.
Country Homes Power, Spokane's #1 source for quality hot tubs and swim spas, has truckloads arriving from the top American-made spa manufacturers just in time for spring. Now is the time to reserve your new hot tub or swim spa. Get to Country Homes Power today.
3, 2, 1. Engines full power and lift off of 5-1. Go.
There you have it. That was the latest Falcon 9 rocket taking off from Cape Canaveral this morning. The rocket carrying 54 of SpaceX's Starlink satellites, meant to provide internet coverage to 45 countries. Florida continuing even during the holidays to lift off those Starlink satellites.
You know, Kirsten, when I was a kid and the shuttles were going up when I lived in Florida, it was a special occasion to watch the launch. Now it's every other day that they're going up. So that's my get off my lawn moment for the day. Oh boy, pass conditions have not been great over the past week. Stevens Pass just got open yesterday, and now we have more snow on the way for these areas after at least a little bit of snow on 4th of July and Lookout Pass as we've gone throughout the day. Earlier this afternoon, we did see some pretty solid snow on 4th of July. So here we go, Thursday on the passes. Look out, 4th of July, pretty good for most of the day. Snow is going to start moving in as we head into the evening, and so we'll start to have to use a little bit of caution there. However, if you're headed west from Spokane, Snoqualmie Pass, Stevens Pass in particular, it'll be okay in the morning, but then the heavy snow is going to be coming in the afternoon and through the evening, as by the time we get into Thursday night, this next storm rather, is going to be in full force across the region. So let's show you the simulated radar. Pretty quiet for the start of the day. That's going to be good news. Maybe we'll even get a little bit of sunshine, just like we got that really beautiful sunset overnight tonight. This is about noon, and so you can see over in the Cascades Passes already starting to see that snow. Places like the Methow Valley, Omak, down through Lake Chelan to Wenatchee, and even into the Moses Lake area. We're going to start off with the snow right around lunchtime. It'll be a little bit more of a mix as you head south of I-90, as we'll see those temperatures warm up around the lower Columbia Basin. As we get towards 5, 6 o'clock, a chance for some snow showers to move in, slow down the evening commute around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene just a little bit. Road temperatures, again, should be warm enough that we won't have too many issues here. But as we cool off overnight and we get a much bigger push of moisture, yes, it has green on here, but our computer model often runs very warm. And so I do believe this is all going to be snow as we get into kind of the midnight to about 7, 8 o'clock in the morning is where things are looking at right now. So we'll have fresh, wet, heavy snow on the ground as we are getting up on Friday, getting ready to drive to work and get things done before the holiday weekend. Things look a lot better, though, once we get into the daylight hours on Friday. So here's the projections for snow right now. And remember, these will likely wiggle around a little bit as we're still just a little bit far out as far as the Friday morning snow goes. But in general, we're looking at about 1 to 3 inches across the region. You get closer to the Cascades, we're looking at kind of that 3 to 5 inch range, places like Omak, and as you work your way down the east slopes of the Cascades, could even see close to about 4 inches around Sandpoint, one of our snowier spots on the map. Planning for your day, pretty good in the afternoon, or at least until the afternoon. There's that little snow during the evening commute that we mentioned for the metro. Temperatures are going to start out in the 20s, and that has going to be a change from the past couple of days where we've stayed in the 30s pretty much all day, and briefly popping up into the 40s. We'll end up in the mid-30s in Spokane and around Coeur d'Alene as well. The only spot in the 40s for the afternoon, that's going to be in the LC Valley, which is likely just going to start off with a little bit of rain, maybe getting into a wintry mix as we get into early Friday morning. Now, after Friday, things improve quite a bit. We go through the weekend. It's cloudy, it's dreary, but it's also winter in the Northwest, so that's pretty typical. Things look pretty nice for the start of the year. We have another system we're going to be watching sometime in the middle of next week. There'll be plenty of changes between now and then. Kirsten?
Matt, thank you. The snow is finally starting to melt in cities like Buffalo, New York, hit by what authorities are calling the blizzard of the century. Rescue crews still checking on homes and cars for anyone who is left stranded. ABC's Alexis Christoforous has more.
Cars still litter the roads in and around Buffalo, New York, as people try to dig out from the deadly storm that dumped more than 5 feet of snow. The National Guard going door to door to make wellness checks, while military and state police enforce a driving ban so first responders can get to emergencies, using SWAT team equipment like this to clear roads. The Erie County executive calling Buffalo's response to the historic storm embarrassing, saying he's now asking the state to take over future snow removal operations.
Storm after storm after storm after storm. The city, unfortunately, is the last one to be opened, and that shouldn't be the case.
Buffalo's mayor answering back.
I don't know where those comments are coming from. People have been working around the clock, and I'm just going to chalk it up to someone feeling that pressure and crumbling a little bit under it.
And today we're learning the names of some of the victims tragically killed in the storm. Monique Alexander's daughter confirming to ABC News that she learned of her mother's death after a man found her body on the street and contacted the family through Facebook. The daughter calling her 52-year-old mother the rock of the family. The region's next challenge, temperatures in the 50s in the coming days, along with rain in the forecast that could raise the possibility of flooding and pose a danger to roofs packed with snow. Alexis Christoforous, ABC News, New York.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
This week is the readathon. My kids are gonna win. This belt's staying with the champ. Who wants to wear a big belt anyway?
The holidays are for making memories, and you can count on Honda to help you make them. Whether it's in a capable Ridgeline, adventurous CR-V, a rugged Passport, or a dynamic Pilot. Start making memories of your own with a new Honda during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Is it time to update your kitchen? Fred's is here to help.
Fred's Appliance has a great value on KitchenAid kitchen packages.
Save up to $1,500 in rebates on select KitchenAid appliances.
Stunning cooktops, spacious ovens, and a new line of dishwashers that can handle the toughest loads make KitchenAid appliances a great choice. And get up to $1,500 in rebates.
Fred's has the biggest selection of kitchen packages anywhere. Come in and see us today.
The after Christmas savings are on now for Walker's Furniture's biggest year-end store-wide clearance event, where you can get some of the largest savings of the year, including extra discounts on all in-stock and overstocked items to make this new year the best ever.
Plus, you can take advantage of no minimum purchase, no money down, and no interest financing for up to 5 years.
So you can get that new furniture you've always wanted and pay for it later.
During the year-end clearance sale at Walker's.
This year, treat yourself to a new Toyota from Findlay Downtown Toyota. We've got lots of great choices, and every vehicle sold comes with Toyota Care. So you can get a new reliable vehicle in 2023 from Findlay.
This year, try a new sport and head out to the great outdoors. Equipped by the adventure pros at Shred. From wake surfing behind the boat to snowboarding on the slopes. From skateboarding at the park to snow skiing, Shred's got you covered from head to toe with the best gear in the 509. So if you want to get custom fitted and tricked out to try out a new sport in the new year, you gotta get to Shred.
4 News Now is brought to you by Move Fitness.
The Mega Millions jackpot is now $640 million. That's the largest prize ever offered in the last week of the year. Experts say we're seeing more of these big lotto prizes because as the jackpot grows, so does the idea of winning. And that leads to more people buying tickets. The prize has been growing since mid-October, and it all comes after one person in Southern California won the record-breaking $2 billion jackpot.
Wait for someone to come forward with that winning ticket. And even once they do, there's a really thorough process to make sure that that prize claim is legitimate.
So if you do end up winning, experts say there are a series of things you should do first. And maybe we should all write these down. Find a team of professionals to advise you. Everything from an accountant to an attorney to a bookkeeper, a financial and tax advisor. You should be working with a team to think about what you want to focus on and make long-term and short-term plans. New at 6 tonight, Starbucks is doubling the amount of stars needed to get a free cup of coffee. So if you have their rewards app, you know what I'm talking about. Right now, you only need 50 stars for a free cup. But starting February 13th, it will cost you 100 stars. Members earn 1 star for every $1 they spend using a credit card. They earn 2 stars if they use a Starbucks card. Around the world tonight, Pope Francis is asking for prayers for his predecessor. The Vatican says the 95-year-old Pope Benedict XVI's health has been on the decline and is constantly being monitored. The former head of the Roman Catholic Church has been living at the Vatican alongside Pope Francis since he resigned back in 2013. Announcing that decision, then Pope Benedict said his choice to step down was made due to his lack of strength of body and mind. Well, it's been almost 6 months since a new law went into effect to make it more difficult to sell stolen catalytic converters. See the impact it's had on thefts coming up.
This access tent behind me here at Camp Hope flooded. Coming up, see the efforts to keep freezing water out and people living here warm and dry.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
What I want people to know about New America's involvement is that it's genuine and that we care.
That's why I work at a company that supports the community, because we're a part of it.
It's important to give back to the community you live in. I grew up needing help from the community, so for me to be able to give back has always been so special.
We are truly here to help, and we're passionate about it.
Will you push and break your limits? Are you ready to be a legend? This is your moment. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this?
Sub-zero temperatures are expected now through the upcoming holiday season, and we want to help you be prepared. Keep your thermostat set at 70 degrees. Let faucets in your home drip. Cover hose bibs. Keep garage doors closed. have space heaters on hand. And remember, Bill's Heating and Air will be available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, should you have issues at all. Happy holidays from your Bill's Heating and Air family.
Exactly how bad is our housing shortage? Washington State Commerce Department research puts Washington State dead last, 50th out of all 50 states in available housing supply. The housing shortage means higher prices for renters and home buyers. The solution is more housing. Our representatives in Olympia can fix this problem by passing laws that allow for more housing to be built. Join our Welcome Home Coalition. We can act to welcome more families home.
Celebrity Scandals of the Year.
Oh, wow!
Next, Inside Edition. From Nannygate to the slap heard round the world. All the headlines the stars wish they didn't make. Tom and Giselle's bust up, Kanye's meltdown, and those GMA lovebirds. Then, are movies dead?
I love that answer.
Star-studded Babylon goes bust.
Whoa.
The new Avatar doesn't meet expectations. Is it the end of the blockbuster? Next, Inside Edition.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Inside Edition at 7. Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
Melting snow is making life at Camp Hope even harder. Take a look at these photos. Water seeping into tents, people digging trenches and putting down sandbags to try and keep it all out. It's been an uphill battle this week to keep people at the camp dry and warm. The weather forced camp managers to make some changes, and they're still working to move people into housing. Tonight at 6:30, Esther Bauer shows us the mess and what's being done to keep people safe.
Look at the place. I mean, it's difficult. You got to survive out here.
Survival is even harder in messy weather like this. Mud is everywhere. Ice makes it difficult to move around. And this week's warm-up didn't make things any easier.
It's never just the snow or the rain. It's the melting of it.
Sending frozen water into multiple tents.
Both tents were underwater. There was a foot of water in both of them.
This plot of land behind me used to be a warming tent for the campers. It flooded, so everyone took what they could. Walk with me. They moved here to higher ground, and they built a new warming tent to try and keep campers warm.
Those warming tents in there are essential to them being okay.
The city's website shows there are some shelter beds still available, but the people here are holding out.
At this point, everybody who's went to a shelter that we could get to go to a shelter has gone to a shelter. So I believe that everybody left here is staying till they get some kind of housing.
Just continue praying for us and stuff.
Those prayers helped Delilah Games push through. She used to live at the camp and now comes back to help. She has housing, and even through this week's flood, so do others.
In the middle of all that, we moved 4 people to Catalyst.
Whether it's pumping out water or putting in pipes, the camp is doing it together.
It is hard to be out here and stuff like that, but Camp Hope, I mean, we work together as a team.
Keeping each other warm and dry as efforts continue to close the camp and move everyone here into safe, stable housing. In East Spokane, Esther Bauer, 4 News Now.
King tides and heavy rain this morning caused urban flooding across Puget Sound and in Seattle's South Park neighborhood. That's what you're seeing here. Cars submerged in water, warehouses and homes flooding.
Feeling good because I work hard, to pay the house, and now I don't know what I can do. All my house is wet inside.
All the storm drains in this area drain out into the Duwamish River, and once the river rises above the point where the drains are, then the river backs up through the drains. The water has nowhere to go, winds up in our streets.
Water levels are expected to go down today, but with more rain on the way, it could cause the streets to flood once again.
And we've certainly seen some standing water of our own here in North Idaho and eastern Washington. Live lookout over Spokane right now. We're seeing a break from some of the more active weather, and we've cooled down enough that the massive melt-off is starting to slow down quite a bit as well. Temperatures in the mid-30s. We're even seeing some cooling below freezing in a few spots. Colville, Sandpoint, Omak, even around Grand Coulee starting to get below freezing here this evening. We have seen some snow flurries throughout the day. Not much has been sticking, at least in some of the lowlands and lower elevations. Tonight, any flurries that do continue to linger around, probably a little bit better chance of sticking. 28 tonight in Spokane, 32 in Coeur d'Alene, even getting down into the teens in the Methow Valley. Most of us, though, in that upper 20s, low 30s range, which is still cooler than what we've seen for a little while around here. There you go, a little bit of light snow still lingering from Bonners Ferry through Sandpoint all the way south into the Coeur d'Alene area. Most of this, though, starting to track off into Montana and the mountains over the Coeur d'Alene National Forest. We're going to be in between storm systems tonight, and as we get into tomorrow morning, you can already see, though, the coastal radars picking up that next round of wet weather. For us, it is going to be mostly snow, and it is going to affect our pass travel around the region yet again, especially if you are headed west in the afternoon and evening on Thursday, where we expect some really heavy snow to roll up again in the Cascades. That's, though, going to continue all the way through Friday morning and even up to around lunchtime on Friday. We'll show you how it plays out and what you should be looking for the rest of the week coming up.
Matt, thank you. Well, as we look back on the last year, one of the most read stories of the year on KXLY.com had to do with a new Washington law making it harder for thieves to steal catalytic converters. Now, almost 6 months after that law went into effect, local scrapyard workers say they're seeing an extreme drop in the amount of people trying to sell catalytic converters. And Spokane police say that they've seen an 80% decrease in calls for catalytic converter thefts. Tonight at 6:30, Bronte Sorotsky explains what this decrease means for vehicle owners.
Catalytic converter thefts are starting to go down, at least here at Action Recycling. The owner tells me it's due in part to a law passed earlier this year, making it harder for thieves to sell these items.
Then we require the title or the registration for the vehicle that the catalytic converter came off of. That paperwork has to be in their name, and then we wait 3 days to pay them, and we always pay by check, just to create a paper trail in case there is some kind of issue.
The law makes it harder for thieves to sell stolen catalytic converters. Now they have to prove the piece of precious metal came from their own vehicle. Glenn Alporn at Action Recycling says now they turn away people all the time who aren't following these rules.
The law has done exactly what it was meant to do. It's told the thieves that it's not easy anymore. While it may be easy to steal a catalytic converter, there's really no place to sell it.
And catalytic converter thefts are down as well. SPD says they've seen an almost 80% decrease in calls from people reporting these thefts.
Huge decrease. We weren't getting them as much daily like before we were. I mean, every day we're getting these calls. But we do want to thank the recycling places that we've worked closely with, and they've been cooperative working with us, which has in turn helped pass these laws.
Although SPD says these thefts do still happen. And if you do suspect that your catalytic converter is missing, make sure to reach out to SPD or your local scrapyard to see if it may have ended up in the wrong hands. Reporting in Spokane, Bronte Sorotsky, 4 News Now.
22 missing people have been found alive since Washington launched the Missing Indigenous People Alert System back in July, 4 of which were said to have been found as a direct result of the system. Not every missing alert story has had a happy ending. Since the new system was launched, 1 person was found dead and 8 are still missing. The Gonzaga Bulldogs were back in action this afternoon. Coming up in sports, our Alex Crescenti shows us if they got the win over Eastern Oregon or would they get tripped up.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
4 News Now is brought to you by Washington Trust Bank.
The big New Year's Eve party is at Chewelah Casino with 3 sets of cash drawings. You could play your favorite games with your Sun Club card to earn entries for your chance to win your share of over $15,000 in cash prizes. Party, play, and win at Chewelah Casino this Saturday, December 31st during our 3 sets of drawings. Dance in the new year with cash prizes at Chewelah Casino. Learn more at ChewelahCasino.com.
Add some thrill to this holiday season by tapping into some impressive horsepower and the refined performance of standard iActive all-wheel drive, all in a beautifully wrapped package. The rewarding Mazda CX-30. Find yours during the season of inspiration.
Embrace every unexpected turn in the all-wheel drive Mazda CX-30. Come take a test drive and reserve yours today at Foothills Mazda or shop now at SpokaneMazda.com.
It's the after Christmas clearance sale this week at Snow's Auto, where you can save 23% off lift kits, tunnel truck covers, and remote car starts with bigger than ever markdowns on all stereo gear. Snow's Auto.
If you have a vehicle you no longer need, you can give it new purpose through Union Gospel Mission. Simply go to ugmmotors.org or call 509-327-HELP to schedule a pickup. Your donation gives people like Tyler food, shelter, job training, and the opportunity for a whole new life. Be a driver of change. Donate your vehicle to Union Gospel Mission.
Some days, it can all feel overwhelming. The stress of relationships, finances, work, school, technology, change, and politics can seem inescapable. It all makes parenting that much harder. None of us are perfect parents. We all struggle, and we all need help sometimes. That's why we're here. If you need help, or you just need someone to talk to, call the Help Now line or visit IdahoFamilySupport.org.
Where's Mommy?
Oh, hey, sweetie. Mother Nature is at work, but Father Nature's here.
I'm hungry.
Okay, let's see. Oh, well, how about some Smucker's Natural? First ingredient, real strawberries.
He hit the window again, didn't he? It's Wednesday night, and you know what that means. It's time for Wildlife Wednesday, where we showcase some great wildlife photography around the inland Northwest. Thanks to Marty Stowe, who sent us this wonderful photo of a little doe who seems to be rather curious. That is a beautiful picture. It just makes you want to go, aw. Certainly did for me when I saw it. Next, we have Courtney Litwin. Great bird photography. These are partridges. However, there are no pear trees in this photo, unfortunately. It is after Christmas anyway. But I didn't realize how pretty these birds are. Speaking of pretty, a couple of finches. And Nora Jen sends us this. Really a great little shot there for a little bird feeder. And now we get into some spectacular photography from Allie Ray. Went to Lake Coeur d'Alene the other day and captured beautiful images of some of the bald eagles that are starting to hang around the lake a little bit. You know, it's getting to be that time of the year. We'll have more images from her and other submitted Wildlife Wednesday photos, on my Facebook page later on today. We also have, Allie said, hey, you know, my friend took this photo using one of my cameras. You should show this because this is a great shot. And let me tell you, that is a happy seagull, and it's a bad day to be a trout. Thank you to Angie, who got this great shot. First try. Pretty cool. And that, friends, is Wildlife Wednesday. A warm Wildlife Wednesday compared to the last couple that we have seen around here. The forecast for the rest of the night is going to be a little bit cooler than what we have seen over the past few days. We'll look for a little bit of patchy fog out there in the morning as temperatures drop into the upper 20s. And more importantly, dry weather for the first time in what feels like a long time. Our lows across the metro down to 22 tonight in Deer Park, 30 in Hayden, 32 in Coeur d'Alene. Right around freezing, Spokane Valley, Liberty Lake, and into downtown. Fairchild and Cheaty both getting down into the middle upper 20s. Now our highs, well, only getting into that kind of 35, 36 range. That definitely favors snow that hits the ground and melts more than any rain or mixed precipitation with those temperatures. And so as we get into the afternoon and we finally start to see some moisture get across the mountains and into the inland Northwest from this next upcoming storm, I think we're going to end up with some snow showers that should not be super high impact, but definitely something to look out for on the evening drive for tomorrow. I'll show you how this plays out because there are some areas where the action is going to start a little bit earlier in the day. Around the Cascades, expecting heavy snow as we get into the late morning and through lunchtime. Places like Omak, all the way down to Moses Lake, we'll be seeing a little bit of snow. It'll be a little wintry mix as you head further south towards the Tri-Cities. There's that scattered snow that moves in. That's 6 o'clock there on Thursday, and then a big push of moisture overnight. It's going to be cool enough that this should largely be all snow, but it is going to be heavy, wet, sticky, likely going to make for a little bit of a messy commute on Friday morning. We're looking at generally about 1 to 3 inches worth around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. The higher snow amounts getting up into that 3, maybe 4-inch range. That'll be north of I-90, and then around the Cascades, we could see some spots get close to 5 or 6 inches, such as around the Methow Valley. So planning things out, things look a lot better for this weekend. In fact, one of the calmer weekends we've had in a little while. Temperatures in the 30s, lows in the 20s to ring in the new year, and we will stay calm, at least for the first part of next week.
Matt, thank you. And on a Wildlife Wednesday, it's appropriate to talk about all the people out there taking those photos and enjoying the outdoors during the winter. Unfortunately, though, that comes with the risk of avalanche danger. The Idaho Panhandle Avalanche Center takes part in forecasting and teaching people who want to be outside and enjoy backcountry skiing, snowshoeing, and other activities in the snow this season. Tonight at 6:30, our Destiny Richards tells us how knowing about avalanche danger this winter could save your life.
It's always a fun time to go up and play in the mountains when the winter season starts, but it's important to be aware of the risks that come with it. One of the biggest risks out there, avalanche danger. Since mid-November, the Idaho Panhandle Avalanche Center has been hosting avalanche awareness courses.
Avalanches aren't just widespread all the time. Sometimes they're just really bad in pockets. So we try to talk about where those pockets are and what to avoid.
Board President Gabriel White says these free 1-hour sessions are to educate winter sports enthusiasts about the basics of recreating in avalanche terrain.
We're really trying to reach those newcomers to any sport. You know, maybe people that haven't recreated very much or weren't aware that there were other dangers out there in the mountains.
IPAC also forecasts avalanche danger on its website. Right now, the Selkirk and Kootenai Mountains are in the red, meaning high avalanche danger where travel is not recommended. White says the recent rainfall and warmer temperatures are to blame.
It's a big problem. It adds a lot of weight to the snowpack in general, and that can stress the snowpack out.
Avalanche terrain is characterized by steep slope angles, and there are some red flags that indicate avalanche danger. Signs and sounds of unstable snow, heavy rain or snowfall, wind-blown snow, rapid melting, persistent slabs, and recent avalanches. If you plan on heading out to the mountains, especially in backcountry, White recommends going a step further and taking an on-the-snow course with the Avalanche Center.
We get to put our hands in the snow, work with our rescue gear. We get to travel through different terrain and really get to put eyes on what we're actually talking about.
For more information on avalanche danger and the Idaho Panhandle Avalanche Center, you can see this story right now on KXLY.com. At 509 X-Lab in Spokane Valley, I'm Destiny Richards, 4 News Now.
And here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup tonight.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
I'm Mark Peterson, the Extreme Team at Horizon Credit Union, ready to take on the next task. If you know of a project that needs an Extreme Team makeover, go to KXLY.com to nominate it. 4 News Now Extreme Team brought to you by Horizon Credit Union.
The after Christmas year-end clearance is on now. This week at Snow's Auto. Snow's Auto. Get the biggest savings of the year on the best stereo gear and get free installation with any Apple CarPlay or Android Auto Deck. Plus, save 23% on lift kits, tonneau truck covers, and remote car starts. And don't forget Snow's Auto has the best selection of tires and wheels in Spokane. It's time to upgrade and save at Snow's Auto.
This year, treat yourself to a new Toyota from Findlay Downtown Toyota. We've got lots of great choices, and every vehicle sold comes with Toyota Care. So you can get a new reliable vehicle in 2023 from Findlay.
Looking for a great idea for the holidays? Elkins Resort, Idaho's premier vacation destination, has great getaway specials for some wonderful wintertime fun. So make your reservations today before the season is over. Call Elkins Resort or check out our website at elkinsresort.com.
Looking for high quality and low prices? Then Furniture Row's 4-day New Year super sale is for you. That's 4 days where the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend and watch the savings stack up. You'll also find huge savings on living, dining, bedroom, and much, much more. Plus, make your cash go further with 4 years no interest financing and no down payment. But don't wait. The 4-day New Year's super sale at Furniture Row ends soon.
Mr. and Mrs. G. Gelman. They like to come in here and play Ryan and Kelly.
I don't get it. Next live, Gina Davis, Marlon Wayans, and Mark Consuelos.
Watch live tomorrow at 9, right after GMA.
I'm Kirsten O'Connor from 4 News Now.
And I'm Aaron Luna. Join us as we take a look back at the stories that help define our community.
The 2022 Year in Review, a 4 News Now special, New Year's Eve at 10. See you then.
The thing that drives me every day as a dad is him. And there's this huge responsibility in making sure that he's a good person. It's okay to make mistakes. As long as it's coming from love, it starts to work itself out.
4 News Now is brought to you by End the Violence.
There is not a team in America that had a tougher non-conference schedule this year than the Gonzaga Bulldogs, as they've already faced 5 teams in the top 25. So how did they end this portion of the season? Well, naturally with a matchup against NAIA Eastern Oregon. And this matchup was so lopsided, Vegas didn't even release odds on the game, but still one last chance for the Bulldogs to shake off any kind of rust that they might have before beginning WCC play in just a few days' time. Well, let's get to it. Early in the first half, Eastern Oregon trying to hang with the Zags, but Rozier Bolton is there for the easy steal. He takes the ball up court and finds Drew Timme, and he's going to drive to the basket and finish with the slam. Just the beginning of a big day for him. Later in the half, Mountaineers in transition. They're going to turn it over again, and Anton Watson is going to find a wide open Timme. He finishes with another dunk as the offense was having no troubles whatsoever on the day. You have to give it to Eastern Oregon, though. They were able to hang with the Zags for the first 12 minutes or so. There's Justin Jasecki with a nice layup. But after that, it was all Bulldogs. Julian Strother hitting a wide open 3. He would finish with 10 points on the afternoon. In the second half, Gonzaga not letting their foot off the pedal. Off a Bolton miss, Timme is going to be there for the rebound, gets the basket to go and one. And then a few minutes later, some history made as Timme picks up another rebound and gets the basket to go after a couple of chances. And that is 1,826 points in his career to move to number 5 on the GU all-time scoring list. Drew, not the only one putting up numbers, though, as Efton Reed with a monster under the basket today, scoring 16 points off the bench. In fact, he single-handedly outscores Eastern Oregon in the second half himself. And this game eventually comes to a merciful end as a 120-42 win is the largest margin of victory in Gonzaga history.
I mean, just it was good for us just to be able to get up and run up and down and you know, play against somebody as we try to get our legs back. We took a decent amount of time off after Christmas, probably as much as I ever have.
Well, thank God we finally took care of a team we're supposed to like that. Tired of, you know, playing barn burner with NIU, Kent, and Montana. Like, it was nice for all of us to play good, and then I think it's a good confidence builder going into a tough WCC schedule this year.
So now Gonzaga shifts their attention to WCC play, where they're opening it up on Saturday afternoon as they'll welcome in Pepperdine, who they beat by an average margin of 27 points last season. Kirsten, send it back over to you.
All right, thanks, Alex. The Kootenai County Sheriff's Office is sounding the alarm about a new phone scam. The Sheriff's Office says they've received multiple reports of people getting calls from someone pretending to be a deputy. They say the scammers call using a number that matches the Sheriff's Office number, and then they tell people they must pay a fine to have a subpoena or a warrant removed. The Sheriff's Office would like to remind the public that they do not contact you by phone to collect payments for fees or other services. If you do receive a call like this, you should call the Central Dispatch non-emergency number at 208-446-1854. New Year's is right around the corner, and crews are working overtime in Times Square to make sure the ball is ready to drop when the clock strikes 12. ABC's Will Gans has more.
5, 4. The countdown is officially on to 2023. In Port Clinton, Ohio, they'll mark the new year by dropping a giant walleye named Wiley. Panama City, Florida drops a beach ball, naturally. And in Princess Anne, Maryland, they'll celebrate with a stuffed muskrat dive. 3, 2, 1. But the main event will be here in Times Square, New York City.
You know, it's like our Eiffel Tower or Great Wall of China or something. It's something that Americans just really connect to.
Final preparations underway for the party of the year, and everyone is on the guest list.
We have found ways to carry on our traditions each year during the pandemic, and this year we are welcoming the world back without any restrictions. So come early, get a great space, and Happy New Year.
And that iconic star of the celebration, the Times Square Ball, 12 feet in diameter with over 2,600 crystal panels. The 2023 theme of this year's Waterford Crystal design, Gift of Love.
We need this after the pandemic. We've all gone through an horrendous 2 years. We've come out the other side of it, and we've come out better.
The ball weighs over 11,000 pounds, which is more than 2 Chevy Tahoes.
Then in a few days from now, New Year's Eve, 1.2 billion people approximately around the world watching the ball drop.
Ryan Seacrest hosting the New Year's Rockin' Eve celebration for his 18th year in a row, counting down to 2023 with some of his own favorite moments of New Year's Eves gone by. From Taylor to Mimi to Dick Clark himself.
There's no other moment like it, where we're all doing the same thing at the same time, filled with hope for 2023.
Today, Times Square is celebrating its annual Good Riddance Day, a chance for people to say a final farewell to the hurdles, frustrations, and anything negative they wish to leave behind in 2022. As for New Year's Eve, the confetti test will be held on Thursday, and the ball test will be held on Friday, just one day before the main event on Saturday night. Will Gans, ABC News, New York.
Stream 4 News now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
Shine bright with Ford during the final days of the Shine Bright sales event. New inventory is still arriving daily, so drive one home today. Get a Flex Buy with 0% for 66 on an in-stock 2022 Escape, only at your local Ford dealer.
Spokane Valley Partners works to end hunger and poverty in our community and provide a safety net to those in need.
Help us restore hope and put the holidays back on the table for struggling families. Visit SpokaneValleyPartners.org to give or get help today.
Numerica Credit Union is honored to build communities with organizations like Spokane Valley Partners as they feed thousands of families and children.
Check out more organizations that make our community stronger at numericacu.com.
At Move Fitness, our gyms are designed to keep you moving. From the energetic fun classes to our motivating trainers and state-of-the-art equipment, there's a reason we've been voted the #1 best gym year after year. And every day we come to work focused on you, our top priority, giving you the cleanest facilities for your workout goals.
Come on, let's work out.
Move Fitness.
The after Christmas year-end clearance is on now. This week at Snow's Auto. Snow's Auto. Get the biggest savings of the year on the best stereo gear and get free installation with any Apple CarPlay or Android Auto Deck. Plus, save 23% on lift kits, tonneau truck covers, and remote car starts. And don't forget Snow's Auto has the best selection of tires and wheels in Spokane. It's time to upgrade and save at Snow's Auto.
Hi, I'm attorney Jim Hill.
And I'm attorney Matt Russell.
And after 10 years of helping the injured people of Spokane,
Russell and Hill have won lots of awards.
But at the end of the day, only one award really matters.
The award we get the insurance company to pay you. Russell and Hill.
Fire threatens everything in its path. When it threatens our communities, we respond, and we bring the fight to the front line. Find out more about serving your community part-time by visiting NationalGuard.com.
Shine bright with Ford during the final days of the Shine Bright sales event. New inventory is still arriving daily, so drive one home today. Get a Flex Buy with 0% for 66 on an in-stock 2022 Escape, only at your local Ford dealer.
4 News Now is brought to you this holiday season by STCU.
Our active month of December with the weather will continue here as we round out the month. Chance for a little bit of light snow showers on Thursday afternoon, and then some more substantial snow on Friday morning. After that, though, we get to ring in 2023 with some much calmer conditions. And you know what? I will take these temperatures in the 30s every single day of the week after last week.
It's balmy.
That was not fun.
It's been feeling great out there, especially while we were closer to 40. We can start planning our New Year's outfits. You guys have plans?
No.
Sequins? Sparkles?